The benefits or drawbacks of an S corp versus an LLC. Both of those have pass-through taxation. Both of them have limited liability. LLCs have equity units, where S corps have stock. So if you are going to do like an ESOP, or you do want to sell the corporation to another individual, an S corp can be a good choice because you're able to issue options and some other things with an S corp that you're not able to do with an LLC with equity units. They tend to be better for actual functioning businesses. The drawback to an S corp versus an LLC is an S corp cannot be owned by anybody other than an individual. So like if you wanted to use a C corp to own an S corp, can't do that. If you wanted to use a trust to own an S corp, can't do that. And that's why an LLC tends to be a better, solution if you want to maintain anonymity and structure things to mitigate taxes a little bit more efficiently and don't have your personal name tied to things. Again, we set up Wyoming LLCs for people. You got, charging order protection there in Wyoming. You have attorney-client privilege for anonymity there in Wyoming. It has the most favorable, regulation around digital assets, the most progressive of any state when it comes to crypto. No state taxes there in Wyoming. Anyway, so that's a lot of the reasons you don't want to use an S corp. The other reason you don't want to use an S corp versus an LLC is if you do get sued by a creditor and somebody comes after you, and if you're holding assets inside of an S corp, they can take control of the stock or the shares in the company, liquidate those assets, pay themselves back, and then give you the worthless shares. Not ideal. In an LLC, the equity units prevent that from happening. So again, most of the time when you're holding assets, you want to use an LLC here in the US. When you're managing something, that you could use an S corp if you don't want to use like a living trust or have something else on the cap table, and you're okay with holding it your personal name and having your personal name associated with it on public documents. They're all tools, right? You just need to understand how the tools work together and what they're used for and the drawbacks or benefits to using them in different applications.